We made it to the end of another month, so that means we've got our April bottle haul. Hi friends, I'm Laura, this is Troy, we're Baker Drinks, and we've got our big April haul, bottle haul.
It's big with an asterisk.
It's big. I've been saying for months, I'm cutting down, we're not getting so many bottles because we don't have space for it. We don't drink enough to need that many bottles, but here we are.
It's not my fault.
So first, let's start with some bottles we got while visiting a distillery.
You may have saw in a recent video, Laura and I took a trip to Vancouver, Washington to Quartz Mountain Distillery. We met up with co-founder Darren Kyle and did a nice interview with him. We did a tasting afterwards. We didn't share the tasting with you guys, but we did end up buying 2 of their bourbons. This one is a 4-grain at cask strength, 121.6.
This is a single barrel straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry.
Yeah.
Pedro Jimenez sherry.
Yes, great stuff. So all these bigger channels are always doing these whiskey reviews with media samples. We thought, what the heck, let's reach out to a couple distilleries and ask for some media samples.
Well, we didn't ask for samples.
We actually asked to interview somebody from the distillery, and their PR person was like, well, let us send you some whiskey first. We were expecting media samples. Instead, we got this.
So, spoiler alert, we're going to do an interview with Westward Single Malt Whiskeys out of Portland, Oregon. We've got 4 bottles from them. They're cask strength, Pinot Noir finish.
This is the stout cask, and they're just their standard shelfer. It's basically their entire core lineup they sent us.
I'm excited.
I told you there was an asterisk. It's not all my fault. Did not buy these.
But that means more to enjoy for us and more to share with you guys. Everyone's always wondering about single malts, not really wanting to buy the bottles, but here we go. We got stuff we can share. Okay, now let's get to the normal part of our bottle haul. We've got this enormous bottle. This is the Evan Williams 1783 Heroes Edition, the 2024 version. We really liked the 2023 version, but this is the only size we've seen the 2024 version in, so we got it. I mean, this big of a bottle for what, 30 bucks?
It was like 34 and some change.
Was it after tax or?
There's no tax, it was in Oregon.
Okay, so $34 for this enormous bottle that we did pop already. I know you can't tell because it's such a ridiculously large bottle, but it is fruity, it is sweet, easy drinking. You know, it's only 90 proof, so it's great. And
it supports a great cause. We talked about the Hero Edition in a previous video in 2023, for the 2023 version. And they send money to 6 different veteran-owned charities from the proceeds of this bottle. So I will probably always buy that bottle every year because I believe in what they're doing.
And it's delicious. I mean, we're not, generally Evan Williams, we're not going for those bottles. But this one, we will keep adding to our collection, keep drinking, sharing, whatever. We're happy with it.
Yes, we are. So, as Laura said, it's a big haul this month. And as I said, there's an asterisk. This is another bottle. It was gifted to our channel from a subscriber. This is the Rebel Small Batch Reserve. I'm sure everybody knows the Rebel 10-year used to be sourced Heaven Hill whiskey. A lot of people say it was Old Fitz. I don't know. Anyways, they were purchased by MGP. They're changing their sourcing to MGP, so they took all of their remaining Heaven Hill stock, they blended it into this batch. $30 is the MSRP. Again, it was gifted to us, so we didn't pay for it. Thank you, Patrick. And this is an amazing bottle. I've shared this with a few people, and everybody cannot believe how good this is. 110 proof,
Delicious.
Small batch, Reserve, Rebel.
So some of these bottles we've talked about in other videos, but that's just kind of how it goes. When you film the video at the end of the month, well, you're gonna talk about them before that you get to that point. This is the Wheelhorse single barrel selection, picked by Whiskey Row. Fantastic bottle, cheap, 40 bucks for a single barrel, and it's delicious, sweet, fruity. You know, a lot of the stuff that I really like drinking is easy sippers that are fruity. So this one's only, 58.6% alcohol. It's delicious.
And did she mention it's cheap? $40.
Exactly.
Cheap and delicious, my two favorite things. Here's another one of those asterisk bottles. Another subscriber and patron gifted this bottle to the channel. This is the RD1 Ambera. We had a sample from this guy during a live stream, and it's an actual Ambera that Laura liked. And she's like, we gotta get a bottle of that.
Shocker. Well, yeah, I gotta pop this and see if it's what I remember, but it was the first bottle that I ever got that cinnamon toast crunch flavor that everyone was talking about. I was like, oh, that's what everyone's talking about, because the rest of them don't taste like that.
Yeah, so I reached out to the guy. He said, sure, I can get you one. I tried to pay him for it. He's like, your money's no good here. So thank you very much. We really appreciate this, your support. RD1 Ambera, gift to the channel.
So this next one, definitely a gimmick, but you know, it's just something that we're into, so we had to get it.
It's a fun gimmick.
Yeah, this is the Elijah Craig Special Edition for the 2024 PGA Championship. So this is just, from what I understand, it's probably going to taste just like their small batch, which is perfectly fine. It was $31.99 according to the sticker here. Cheap, but the way the thing that's special about it is that it came from warehouses P, G, and A. So, I mean, we like Elijah Craig, we like golf. We got the Ryder Cup edition, and that one was expensive. Where this one's only $30, so much better deal. Still get the gimmick of something to do with golf, and we love it.
Yeah, and it's got a little special packaging. It says PGA Championship on it.
It's got a little gold PGA thing on the top there. I don't know if it's focusing because it looks like it's focusing on Troy's face. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's cool. I like it. We'll have to try it against a small batch and see if we notice a difference.
Yep, it's a fun bottle. And for every bottle Laura puts up that we paid for, I'm putting up a bottle that was gifted to the channel. So this is the Short Barrel Cigar Batch. Again, friends of the channel, great friends of Laura and I, recently visited Short Barrel and got this for us, gifted it to the channel. It's just amazing stuff. If you guys can find this Short Barrel Cigar Batch out there, it is very, very good. It
is very, very finished. So, I mean, you gotta like finished whiskey to enjoy it, but
yeah, so
it's got great flavor.
It's a blend of whiskeys finished in Armagnac, Cognac, rum, and tawny port casks, and you taste every one of them in there in a good way. This is just fantastic. Cask strength, 120 proof. Thanks guys so much. This was a great gift to us.
Yeah, I feel like it's Christmas. You know what? We love single barrels and we love Buffalo Trace. I know, not everyone is a huge Buffalo Trace fan, but we got the single barrel from the QFC in Sammamish, Washington. So this is a Bourbon Baller Lee pick, and heck yeah, we love Buffalo Trace picks. They're cheap, they're delicious, they're easy to drink, they're fruity. I'm sensing a theme here. I like a lot of the same types of whiskeys.
Cheap and fruity.
Strange, but yeah, big fan. Happy to receive it.
And you know, every time we go up north and visit Bourbon Baller Lee, he's got a fantastic pick in there, or 2 or 3. And this one, we tasted it last night. It definitely lives up to the name that's on it. And he had a great pick again. If you ever make it out to Lake Sammamish QFC, visit Bourbon Baller Lee, tell him Baker Drinks sent you. You won't get anything special for it, but he'll probably go, oh, cool.
In about that much excitement. Yum.
Okay, guys. This is another one. Friend of the channel acquired this for us. It's the Rebecca Creek Spanish Oak. Double barrel, single barrel, whatever. 123.5 proof. Actually paid for this one. It's the first one on my side that we paid for. So our count is 1 from me so far this month. Anyways, this guy, it's a very, very hyped up bottle. I'm sure you've seen a lot of other channels saying great things about this. We won't say anything bad about it. It's good whiskey. I felt it was just a touch overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, of all the finishes, double oaking is probably our least favorite. So that could be why we don't love it as much as other people that hype it up, but it's good.
Yeah, it's MGP, aged in Texas, so you get some of that rapid aging Texas funk that they get in the bottles. And again, it's good. It's really good. I do like it quite a bit. I was just expecting to be mind blown, and I probably would have been had I not listened to that hype.
Probably. The hype kind of kills some things sometimes.
So Panda, thanks so much for this bottle. We really appreciate you, buddy.
I've got another pick that I picked up. This one, you can't really see a whole lot with it. It's an Obtanium blended whiskey. This is 100.8 proof, bottled for nerds and turds. It is a blend of bourbon and rye that was in one barrel aged together instead of blending afterwards. I don't have the tater sticker, sadly, but maybe I'll get one. I do have orange on the top, which is cool. But this thing is fantastic. Just delicious.
Yeah, and super unique, like Laura said. It's a barrel-aged rye.
10 years old.
They mixed those distillates together pre-aging and then put it in the barrel for 10 years, 10 months. It's almost 11 years old. And it is just buttery, delicious. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yum. Yum.
All right, so this next bottle, again, we got a sample from a subscriber, fell in love with it.
Dang them sending us stuff that we're gonna have to buy.
I could not find this bottle anywhere in Washington, so I had to order it online. Several of you asked because it was in a recent video where I got it. It was $59.95 online. It was from Sip Whiskey, so now you don't have to ask anymore. But it's the James E. Pepper barrel-proof decanter bottle. This stuff is so good. And you know, I hate it when people say it's good for the price, but the price on this is excellent. The whiskey in it is excellent. I would say that it's comparable to like a Blanton's Gold.
So next I've got a bottle that has whiskey in the name. It's flavored whiskey, but we've heard great things about it, and you know what? Summer's coming and I like drinks. Not just straight whiskey. I don't always want to drink straight whiskey. Sometimes I want to make a cocktail. So we've got this Blackberry flavored whiskey. It is from Crown Royal. I'm excited really just to mix it with lemonade or something. I bet it'll be delicious. I mean, what's not to love? Blackberry flavored stuff's delicious.
Yeah, and people lost their minds over this when it came out a few weeks ago. I can remember being in liquor stores and people coming in 2s or 3s while I was there asking if they had it. And they're like, no, we sold out, and they just turn around and leave and wouldn't even look on the shelves for anything. So they were definitely on the hunt for that bottle. I happened to be in a store a couple days ago where they were just putting like rows of them on the shelf. And then I went to another store the next day and there were like 4 cases of it stacked up there, like $25. I was like, well, it's pretty hyped up. Some say allocated. I'll give it a try. So I did, and we'll find out. We'll tell you what it's all about.
I'll probably even make a video, because honestly, my Jameson Orange video still gets views 11 months later. Not a whole lot of our other videos still get views that long after, so should be interesting.
So here's another one of those bottles, again on a live stream. We got a sample from a friend of the channel. It was a blind sample, and I think every one of us, there were 3 of us that were drinking it. We all called it a bourbon. Laura thought it was a rye, but we kind of talked her out of it. She's pretty easily swayed that way. We all said we'd paid like 75 bucks for it. It was very good. Turns out it was like this $30 bottle of single barrel rye. It's the Old Pepper Distillery rye, single barrel strength. This stuff, I mean, it's cheap, it's high proof, it tastes fantastic. I mean, I don't have it around us. I had to buy this online as well. I think I paid, like I said, about 35 bucks for it, plus shipping. But it was worth it to me to have this bottle in the house. It's very good.
Speaking about live streams again, so a lot of the time, I mean, it's probably been several months since I've really just kind of splurged and bought whiskey. Like, I may have not bought anything in March. That might have been Altroy. I really can't remember. But this one, you know, I'd had a couple sips and someone convinced me to buy it.
Who could that be?
They knew I loved Kuke Batch 6, so they convinced me that this one is way better and I needed to get it. So this is the Kuke Batch 8. Haven't cracked it yet, but I will soon because I'm really excited about it. It is a high and low rye mash bill blend, distilled in Kentucky and Indiana, 118.8 proof. I've heard literally nothing but great reviews on this so far, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So thank you for whoever convinced me to go against my saving money and convinced me to buy this bottle.
So here's another one of them bottles. You're talking to someone on a live stream and they're like, hey, I just got this bottle the other day and it's great. Have you had one yet? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, this store near me did a pick and I can get you one. So I was like, okay, do it. So Brian at Bourbon School went to one of his local stores and he got us this Green River Bourbon single barrel pick, and he claims it's great. I haven't had a chance to open it yet, so as soon as I do, I will let you know, but the price was right. It came from a friend that we trust, and so I'm excited to dig into this bottle.
So Troy went to a lottery raffle.
It's a raffle.
Troy went to a raffle at Sammamish, Washington at the QFC with Bourbon Baller Lee. He likes to get in amazing bottles, and this is his way of, you know, getting more people into the store and getting them good bottles instead of just all the one person. So there was like 150 people there,
77 bottles.
77 bottles, great bottles. Obviously it's a raffle, nothing terrible there. Troy came home with the Jack Daniel's 10-year. This is batch 3. So now we have batches 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna have to crack it open. It was $86, not a bad price for any of these Jack Daniel's special edition bottles. And from what I've heard, this one's even better than the 12 this year. So I'm pretty excited about it. Can't wait to compare it to the other years to see if, you know, it's different or just the same thing. Either way, delicious. Looking forward to it. This Jack girl is always loving new Jack Daniel's bottles.
Okay, so last bottle, and this one is probably the most special. This is a great friend of ours and a great friend of the channel, Sean over at Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. He did his first pick. It's a Knob Creek single barrel, picked by Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Got a tater sticker on the back. It's official. We got this from him We've cracked it open, we've tasted it. It's probably, we've got 3 other ones sitting on the shelf over there. And one of them was picked by Matt Porter at ADHD Whiskey. This blows them all away. This is such a good pick.
It is very sweet. It's like the sweetest Knob Creek I think I've ever tried.
Yeah, and if you guys are even remotely interested in one of these and are on the fence about getting one, I would say contact Sean and reach out to him and see if he can't help you get your hands on one of these. It is so good. I just can't say enough good things about this bottle. The man has an excellent palate, and we were happy to acquire this.
Well, that was our huge bottle haul for April 2024. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, comment, let us know what you picked up this month, and of course, subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.